My name is AsaleSol Young. I'm the Executive Director of Urban Homeworks. Urban Homeworks is an affordable housing organization, or some would say a housing justice organization. We have been offering affordable rental housing since 1995. A part of the new growth of the organization is expanding the notion of dignity. So what that means for us is doing more listening to the folks on the ground and being willing to offer brave and bold solutions. I think first and foremost, you cannot have justice without the truth. Justice is one, an acknowledgement of the injustice or the oppression. And then two, it is working in partnership with those harmed to create solutions that actually match the level of harm. We have to be willing to move quickly in recognition that folks have been marginalized and oppressed for too long, on one hand, and we have to move at the pace of trust on the other. And it's really important when you have privilege to let those with less privilege or without privilege to lead how quickly that relationship goes. Dignity being a basic human right comes from my belief that we all have God in us. We all have creation in us. The Creator is in all of creation. I grew up very much in a Christian household, and that upbringing felt very blessed and secure, very safe, blanketed for me as a child. And part of that is because of the emphasis that my mom put on love. When I was growing up, I was raised to understand agape love, right? And raised to understand the Creator as having agape love for all of us. And while we humble humans could never really love in that way, that was what we were striving for. That's the dignity. The dignity is already earned because you exist. The work is for us as others, separate from each other, to recognize that dignity and to respond to each other in love and striving toward an agape love. I think that true justice naturally incorporates dignity. If we're calling it justice, but folks don't feel dignified in the process or feel dignity in the outcome, then it's not true justice. In the same way that we understand dignity as a basic human right at Urban Homeworks, we're simply fighting to get back to that. When I was a kid, I really fell in love with this model of Jesus. That Jesus was this being that chose to spend time with the outcasts of society, that chose to listen to children, to listen to women at a time worse than today. We're in a very fractured moment where faith is playing a role in this fracture. And the only reason why that is true is because people have allowed themselves so much to pull away from that model and that understanding that now they can say horribly oppressive things in the name of their faith. What we have today is people feeling unsafe to allow children to sit on their front steps, which is absurd. Because of the way that we have, I think, really corrupted what it means to be a Christian, the way that that's been corrupted means that when people see Jesus Christ in a mission, they ask a million questions about being accepted. They ask a million questions about well, what is this organization's notion of justice? Is it real justice? And there's an assumption of whiteness that comes with that. I just really want to encourage folks that are watching this to challenge themselves in their faith and in the access that they have and the support that they have through their faith to be a part of the movement towards justice and equity. Come stand with us. Come walk with us. I just really want to challenge people to be active in their faith and active in their love. What did Jesus model for us? He modeled the humility to get closer to those he was fighting for. And he modeled the audacity to leverage his voice, to leverage his access and his power, to condemn, to name, to try to shift the minds of those who are causing the oppression and the injustice. And to me, that's the work